Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Flint again. Um, well, maybe not again. We'll see. This is our second episode of the Kid Talk Show by the kindergarten coach. And yesterday didn't go so well for Mr. Flint because I'm kind of like you as far as learning about the computer. I'm like a kindergartner because it's the first time I've had my own laptop before, and I made a lot of mistakes. And then I got frustrated because when I tried to show you the video on YouTube, you're talking too much. I'll get there. It wouldn't work and everything. So, but I was like so frustrated and I wanted to give up. But then I remembered that we're going to learn something new every day. We're going to learn this together. I'm going to learn about the computer, and hopefully, I'm going to teach you a few things along the way. So I don't know if you had your first day of school or not, or yet or not, or maybe it's coming, but um, if you didn't see episode one, or if it didn't load yet, this is Alfie, Alphabetosaurus. Yesterday, Vinny was on the show. He's kind of a pain, but we'll see if he stops by today. Mr. Flint quickly explained that this is just a fun show for kids, whether they're going to preschool or kindergarten or first or second, third grade, learn something fun and new every day. And it's completely different from all the other things because Mr. Flint doesn't know what he's doing. And I want to do things in person and not on a screen and whatnot. So I get nervous, and I got nervous, and I didn't do a good job yesterday, but I remembered the big word. What's that word? Perseverance. What? Perseverance. That means you don't give up because a lot of things don't go right the first time, whether you're trying to learn to tie your shoe or write Magic C or like Mr. Flint yesterday. So this is what I learned. I need one of these cameras so that I can write my Magic C for you on that. It won't be backwards. So Mr. Flint ordered one of them. Really? Same place you got me? Yeah, exactly. Um, you remember the blurts? So we're going to keep going and we're going to try again. So I look a little different today because I don't have my students yet. Tomorrow I'll have my students for the first time. So I didn't have to dress like a teacher today. These are my play clothes. And I have a hat on. We'll talk about that when we learn more about Mr. Flint's favorite things and whatnot. So, but just to review, so we're doing a little fun show, and this is with the one guy, and I'm going to learn how to show this on my computer a better way. But for now, and then this guy, Mr. Green Jeans, was on when I was a little boy, and then I kind of want to meet, well, you can't see it very good with the light, but that's another thing we'll have to learn how to do better. That's David Letterman, and he was very funny, but he was for adults. So I realized one of the things we need is a microphone. So in school, when we played, that's not a microphone. I know. Well, in kindergarten and preschool and stuff, in first grade, you pretend. We're going to pretend a lot. Oh, it's not very fancy. I know. Vinny's going to be mad. Only if he comes up. All right. Yeah, it's Vinny's bone, so we won't call him. He's with his mommy. And so this will be my microphone, and then we're going to get a play microphone. So we'll have that for another day. Okay. And we'll get that camera for next week. So next week, we're going to do the number thing. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about a calendar. Okay. Because I want to do numbers, but I want to wait for that camera. So this is one of the things you're going to do every day at school. And I know it's backwards, but when we get the camera, it'll be the regular way. So, okay, and of course, this is our calendar from our living room. And of course, our calendar is all about Vinny. Everything's about Vinny. Don't be jealous. So yeah, here's some of the other pictures of him That's one of his eggs that he loves. He has a bunch. There's another egg. There's one of his balls. There he is being naughty. He's not supposed to have that. And a couple. So that's our calendar. So if you went to school already, you probably did that. And you learned that this month is September. Right? And you might have sung a song. But if you didn't, I have a bunch of songs about the days of the week. So we're just going to do one today. All right? So I have to put you down. Okay. How come? Because I'm going to clap. You could clap with me. All right, we'll try it. All right. So it's easy. All you're going to do is say days of the week. Oh, I don't see. It's not going to work. Just hold on. Okay. So just sit right there. Thanks, Elf. So days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Yeah, so that's it. That's one of them. And when we get our camera, we'll do that under the camera, and we'll have a pointer like your teacher will have to point to the numbers when you do that. You got to stop doing that thing with your eyes. Yeah, Mr. Flint noticed yesterday when I was watching the video that I keep going like this all the time. So that's one of the things I learned that I'm going to try to work on doing better. So yeah, so days of the week. So and then another thing on talk show is the funny guy I showed you. He would tell a joke. Yesterday, nobody liked my joke, but we have our little sound machine. So if people want to cheer, oh no, that's the wrong button. That's what happened yesterday. So this is kind of funny because Vinny's kind of spoiled and he acts like a baby all the time. And when he doesn't get his way, he whines. So when he whines, you know what I call him instead of a baby? I call him a puppy. No, not funny. Not funny? No. Well, get it? Because he's a dog, not a person. So instead of calling him a baby when he's being a baby, I call him a puppy. No. All right. I'll have to work on my jokes. All right. So today we were going to do a practice interview with Vinny, but I don't know if he'll come up. Well, he won't talk. So we can practice with Mr. Flint. Okay. So we would ask questions to our guest and they would answer the questions and probably get nervous like Mr. Flint's getting right now. So let's see if we can get a guest real quick. All right, let me see. We'll be right back. Alfie, watch the screen. Okay, I'm back, and we're gonna have a quick guest to say hi, just so we can practice what we want to do on the talk show. And like I said, it'll probably be make believe people like Alfie and Vinny make believe talking, but some days we want to try to get real people and real kids that Mr. Flint knows, um, and have them come on the show. But for now, we'll just do Mr. Flint. Okay, so you can ask me questions. Me? Yeah, you be the host. How old are you? Oh, oh, messed that up, huh? Um, well, we'll figure that out when we do numbers. We'll learn that. What Mr. Flint has a pretty cool guessing game. I told you I've been a teacher for 39 years and did kindergarten for 32 years. And we'll figure out my age at another day. Okay? So next time we are going to try to have a real play microphone, a real guest besides me and Elfie. Um, okay, and we'll have our new camera and we can start learning how to make numbers. All right. So Mr. Flint's going to get better every day. I know that I'm not doing a very good job today, but like you, I'm new. I'm a kindergartner at the computer, just like you might be, whatever grade you're going into. All right. So I will see you again. Hopefully, we're going to make another video for Monday and we'll have some new things then. All right. And hopefully, we'll get all the things figured out and loaded so you can actually watch them. All right. All right. Say goodbye, Alfie. Goodbye, everybody. You know, you talk too much. Yeah, I know. I need to let him talk more. I'm realizing he told me that I just keep going on and he's going to start. See, he's falling asleep. All right, boys and girls, I will see you hopefully next week. All right, and I hope you're enjoying these, and we'll see you next time. Let me throw Vinny's toy tree out the window and see if this works. All right, ready? Broke the glass again. All right, we'll see you next time.